Downtown Sacramento. Welcome everybody aboard News Cruiser 3, Public Safety News. We are doing an unusual dayside today, which we've been planning to do since the beginning of the week. It is a wonderful 66 degrees in downtown Sacramento. High of 68 today. What is today? The 14th?
Today, yes, 14th.
14th. You lose track of days when you do overnight stuff like we do. I forgot to put my sunscreen on since I'm out in the daytime.
Feeling snarky or sparky today?
We shall see, Steve. We shall see. Jose, howdy. Nope, Manuel. Howdy. David, howdy. Lunchtime entertainment. Yeah, we just stopped by and grabbed a bite. We won't say where because they don't want to be sponsors, so, you know. We're looking for sponsors. So if you're a business owner and you want to underwrite and sponsor a segment, we are definitely open to some sponsorships. We're even going to be having some sponsorship spaces available on our website. So nothing significant transpiring yet this morning that we've heard or encountered. Jay, what's up? Bernadette, thanks for joining us. We had a few folks become new supporters last night and hit the support button and supporting us 99 cents a month, and we appreciate that. Jay says, what's up, fellas?
What up?
Michael is intently focused on the radios and the computer. What does Lynette have to say there? Check comments for me.
How often do you actually write tickets for people who make illegal traffic stops, turns, and etc.?
Well, since we're not police officers, we're tactical photojournalists with Public Safety News. We don't write any. Go to our Facebook page and click on the About section, and you'll find out more about us, or our website, psnews.us. If you want to find out more. That's the one thing I forgot to put in. Not a problem, Lynette. We are downtown Sacramento, now traveling northbound on 5th. We'll be making the turn down Capitol Mall here. Looks a lot different in the daytime than it does at night. There's actually people about.
They aren't drunk.
Yeah, they're not drunk. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. That's the 555 building in front of us over to the right. Oh, I always like the way that photographs different times during the day.
Relocated.
What up, Mike Walker? Alexander, welcome.
Copy 673 is escorting her out for the day. Yeah, system left in trouble. They're doing maintenance.
So I heard they're actually going to make walking in crosswalks on your cell phone illegal. And that's not a funny. Okay, which lane are you gonna pick? I'll pick the other one. Make up your mind.
It's on the ringing alarm. Complainant is now upstairs with the 1 and 2-year-old. No one else should be.
So on our right is the federal building that ICE is in there. Homeland Security is in there. Not a problem, Trina. That's what we do. And of course, straight ahead of us, the California State Capitol building. By the way, thanks from Fort Wayne, Chad. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're a little bit warmer than you are right now. So, little thing about our Capitol, which a lot of folks don't realize, it is a living museum. And you are welcome and encouraged to come to the Capitol anytime, and is actually quite fascinating. You can take tours. There is a, I wish I could remember his name right now. Whoop, barricaded. Just heard something about someone barricaded.
Units on the ringing alarm. Complainant is 13 and Bravo 14. Our complainant is advising he's in the middle bedroom upstairs and is currently barricading the door with a chair. You can still hear doors opening and closing downstairs, and no one should be there.
Where's it at?
Somewhere in the rooms.
Units on the ringing alarm call. Owner is currently inside the home.
It's a ringing.
Advising children were upstairs and the back door is open. The children are 1 and 2 years old. Units on the ringing alarm. Complainant is now upstairs with the 1 and 2-year-old.
All right. As you know, when we hear certain keywords, everything stops. And so we got a ringing burglary alarm at a residence. And it sounds like the mom with her 1 and 2-year-olds barricaded herself upstairs. We know it's in the north area by the channel it's on.
Bravo 14, I copy your 906. Keep on.
Officers on scene.
Hold on, home paper.
We don't have a actual location. I'll come back to information about the Capitol in a little bit.
Northbound Riverside. Driver is female, white, or female Hispanic. Information only type keep clear 1214.
All right, we're gonna keep listening for this burglary.
Cam 2, Control 1.
Go ahead.
The 952 pending at Evergreen and Arden Way. Complainant gave the 925 and then disconnected before the call taker could get any further. For history with the cell phone, we have multiple 952.
David asking
David, day shift or night shift?
nights.
Yeah, nights. Yeah. We have to deal with all the traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
We can get places. Yeah, stringers typically work overnight because news stations aren't all staffed up and on the streets capturing the overnight drama. But as you know, we've shifted gears and we're not really considering ourselves. We do string, we do provide to news agencies, but they're not our client any longer. They help supplement our fuel a little bit with the very little bit that they pay now. So when we got our nonprofit, you know, we're serving our community, and we want to be community funded. And if you want sleep,
What's that?
yeah, what define that, please? Sleep, I don't understand.
Yeah, sure.
Attention District 2 units, broadcast and canceling at 952.
4 to 6
from the northern bike
hours.
trail, mile marker
Yeah.
3.2. No signs of distress. No signs of distress. Open line heard. Broadcast and canceling from the northern bike trail. Sac PD North, 1216.
They wouldn't tow his car. We need to give the mayor a raise so he can afford parking. He's such a good role model.
Wow, she's got an opinion.
I'll be responding to physical window 11 for standby.
Wow. Yeah, you think? She's part of the silent majority.
Mile 14, this is a check, okay. Possible
She's making
oversight,
up for
Bravo
everybody.
13, code 4. What is the nature of the 952?
But we're 3 channels, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
952 from 9750.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some interesting things for you downtown today. If nothing else, you'll see some of the character of Sacramento and some of the outlying spaces.
A few other businesses, so I'm trying to decipher between tenant parking and regular parking. The plates that I gave you are parks where it says permit parking only, which I'm assuming, and it has like the apartment complex parking placard. And then there's a few cars that are parked nearby those parking placards that are close to the.
Yeah, I love these views.
On scene, medic 1, code 2, from site scene at 770 L Street, both site station at 770 L Lima Street, design 1, medic 1, code 2, fire map 149 Alpha 2, contact Bravo 3.
So we're going to be heading to the 700 block of L Street. Once again, you really can't get lost in Sacramento. It's all letters and numbers. So 7070 L Street is 7th and L, mid-block.
101, difficulty precinct 1545, Fulton Avenue.
Fire department just got a call for an ill psych patient, which can be just about anything. We're going to run on a lot of the quote-unquote transient-related calls today. We're going to try to pick up as many of those as we can. If nothing more than to give you a good perspective of what our firefighters and police officers go through on a day-to-day basis. So if you get tired of hearing it say transient or running to a transient call or this or that, just remember the little bit of boredom you get with that, or annoyance, compound that for our police and fire department and our paramedics. Over 90% of their call load in the downtown area is transient related. Yeah, it looks like fire's already on scene.
Yeah, it's dispatch engine one's on scene. They're just requesting the medic.
Well, I'm requesting the medic. Given the location, we may not be able to get a good perspective, depending on where we're able to land here.
Looks like they're getting up to leave.
Hmm?
Looks like they were getting in the rig to leave.
Okay, we got engine 1 on the left, and I'm gonna slide over here. So we're not exactly sure what the situation is. That's what we kind of do. Sometimes we'll find out about the call, and then we'll kind of hang out and see what develops. Have to back up a little bit because we're actually in a turn lane.
So Dan said, can my donation go towards getting NT3 a lube job, the squeaking?
Oh, the squeaking. Ha, interesting. It's not a lube job, it's the hood latch, which is a common thing with the Crown Vics when they get older. So the hood latch squeaks where it rubs up and down. But you can definitely donate for the gas tank.
Do you prefer city or county?
Oh,
I think we just prefer different call types.
Yeah.
Wherever they happen.
Yeah. We appreciate, if you're referring to law enforcement, we appreciate all of our law enforcement here in the area. I gotta say, I grew up in the Los Angeles area, San Fernando Valley, and our departments here are much different than LA, shall we say. They're trying to be diplomatic. Let's see if we can go up in the old Greyhound parking lot and get a different angle. See if we can get a different angle on this.
Takeaway, Battalion 13, engine 21, medic 21, fireman 54, out bringing operation. Very close to
Michael, Kevin, so where were you when you saw us drive by?
Battalion 9, engine 7, medic 57, sustain 7644.
This is the old Greyhound depot that's been turned into a parking lot now.
57, fireman 251, Charlie 2, operating right.
And this building in front of us is brand new. Apartment condos.
Copy, 9750, thank you. Disregard, you got it.
Get you guys a good angle over there.
Copy.
Fire dispatch, medic 50.
10th and L for Kevin.
Oh, 10th and L? Okay. Hey, so just a couple blocks away from us. Run down and say howdy, Kevin. We're at the Greyhound garage, the old Greyhound garage. Here comes the medic rig.
Texas Major Center, no one turned in those missing coffee mugs.
Check the reclear.
Copy, thank you.
Oh, so they're
That's all contained within the parking lot. The responsible is going to be bringing over the building.
Thanks you guys for the effort.
well, what we're driving, obviously, the Crown Vic Interceptor P71. We're driving a 2010 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. Pardon me while I try to get you guys a better angle there.
I'll take a Charger if you want to give me one.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind converting to a Charger. Scott Lane lucked out on his white Charger. If you watch Shot in the Dark, he got that on a lark. It's a Interceptor that was never put into service. You can't buy them direct from the dealer. The agency bought the Interceptor, the Charger, and they, just before they put the decals and everything on it, they decided they didn't want it, and it went back to the dealer and they sold it, and Scott picked it up. So he has a Charger Interceptor, brand new, never put into service, pristine, and that's that white Charger you see him in on Shot in the Dark, and he still has that. That's why he brought it up here to Sacramento. So we want to make very, very clear, you know, as we're driving around today, we're going to be showing you different situations, and this is in no way to belittle anyone, but to kind of put a spotlight on a very serious situation. Not only do we have, they shut down our mental health facilities a while ago, and so we have a lot of folks out on the streets who need help and maybe should be in a need long-term help, but that is not available. So all those folks are out on the streets, and so our resources, both our police and fire and medic resources, these are the type of calls they run a large amount of their day, and they're very well trained in handling these situations. Commercial fire, 3713 Morse Avenue. I don't know, I think traffic's gonna put us out of play for that.
Right off of Biz 80.
Oh, right off of 80? Since I own this one, I kind of picked it.
CS3.
Oh, all right. We have a commercial fire, full response out there off of Morse. 15 minute. We'll start meandering that direction in case it winds up being anything significant. Get you all readjusted there for front view. Dan, thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And I guess I should throw some links in here.
BC7, BC3, engine 101, engine 42, engine 106, truck 106. Engine 17, truck 17, medic 17, engine 19, hazmat 109, DC5, apartment fire, alarm sounding 3713 Morse Avenue, apartment fire, alarm sounding 3713 Morse Avenue, battalion 7, BC7, BC3, engine 101, engine 42. Engine 106.
Thanks, Lisa. And we will continue to try to give more information throughout the day. So we got engine 1 and medic 1 tied up on that for quite some time, plus we'll have to transport and tied up at the hospital. What's our fastest route from here?
It said Richards to...
Oh, Richards over to 160?
Yeah.
Okay. Go 5th to rail yards. So we're en route to a report of a commercial structure fire, apartment fire with alarm sounding. It's got a full assignment attached to it. We'll be monitoring the TAC frequencies on our way over.
I'm good, thank you.
So we'll get a quick report. when the first engine arrives on scene.
Control 123, go to and round 2.
Heli 7 engine 101. Can you keep your apartment number on there if I can? Yeah, I'm checking on it right now, 101.
Well, just to alleviate any confusions and kind of getting the drift by the type of questions, hope you know you're on a public news agency, not a police agency.
Oh, you're saying we do not have an apartment number. RP is calling from the mobile.
So we're an independent news agency, formerly News Stringers.
All units attention 101 to the area. We're UTL at this point. Continue response. Mobile home parks access off of Auburn.
So with the car, we've got hideaway lights for safety. That's the only thing we use lights for. We have a directional.
Working with dispatcher to the better location. Working on the RP.
UTL so far.
Okay, so far the UTL unable to locate anything.
Truck 106 is on scene. We're a little stage.
The first arriving engines are on scene, and they don't have any smoke or fire, so they're trying to get a better location. So we'll gear it down a bit.
Medic 13, Hammerin 7072.
Reports from units or resident on scene saying that they have an extinguished fire. We'll be investigating. For now, continue the response.
Okay, so resident has an extinguished fire in the house. Oftentimes those are kitchen stove fires, things like that. Right in front of us is going to be where the new Kaiser Hospital is going to be.
101 investigating with the RP.
In the rail yards area, just north of downtown proper.
Cambridge 304.
So and this actually brings us into an area where we're going to be, we're planned on going today anyway, as we talk about our transient issues.
101 code 2 short ETA.
Once again, as we talk about, we don't have an agenda. Our agenda is facts and truth. So that's, and we don't sugarcoat it. And when folks try to want us to sugarcoat it with being politically correct, we unashamedly let folks know we won't sugarcoat it and necessarily be politically correct. So we won't call it unhoused persons because it feels better. It's not a situation to feel good about. It's a very serious situation for everybody involved, not only the individuals but also the city that is, for lack of a better term, under siege with the situation. So our definition is homelessness is a situation that people are trying to get themselves out of. Transients are homeless, but they have no desire to get out of the situation that they're in. And you're like, how could anybody, probably over 90% of the folks you see as we drive around today are in that situation. Where's that?
There's a drone in the air.
Oh, there's a drone over there?
Copy, so there's nowhere to turn around.
So, yeah, we talk with them, and we talk with other ones who have come out of those situations. And it's funny, folks who are transient that are, not addicted, very aware, and talk with us about it. They feel no offense of being identified as transient. It's often other people who have some feeling about it that want us to not use the term, but it is what it is. So, did we mention Pulse Point? No, we didn't mention Pulse Point, but we use Pulse Point. So this area is the Union Gospel Rescue Mission, a really wonderful ministry, actually. I've had the opportunity to participate in some functions there. Normally, I think are the winter shelters open now? Is that what?
Oh, they are yet.
Because we don't have as many. Usually that area is just completely lined. That whole area we just drove down is usually completely lined with tents. And we are now on the back side of Sacramento Police Department. They're at 300 Richards office. Assets are in the house.
I don't think they're doing that thing anymore because of that one on Railroad. It's all year now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Pulse Point is an app, and it's especially good. It was originally designed to connect people who are trained for CPR. And if you're trained in CPR, you utilize the app. And if a dispatch comes out that requires CPR, and you're within close proximity, it will make your phone go bonkers and let you know where that person is, so you can be a citizen responder and possibly help save a life. But it's expanded to more than that. It will alert you to all types of fire dispatches and calls. Hey Veronica, welcome. So we are on Richards, heading over to another significant transient area. Oh boy, Richards, yeah. Can't go through that way, that didn't go through. Cut through on 7th.
Put it back on last call, 106. California 5, David
Toyota for the release of liability out of Ellison, Florida, and 4 Nora Yellow William 315.
Yeah, so Dan, yeah, you want to download that app, and you can tag on there what type of incidents you want to be alerted to, and you let it know if you are CPR trained or not. But it will let you know about all different types of incidents. Yeah, Richards used to never be like this. This used to be a pretty quick thoroughfare, and granted there's some construction on here today, but even still this is becoming a clog anymore.
5, Mary George, boy 570.
This is now called the River District, right?
0381.
Yep. And Township 9. This is the end of the line for the Green Line light rail station on the left.
Made contact, thank you.
Which I think, isn't the Green Line the line they want to expand out to the airport? Is that the line, or does it go?
They're hopeful, but who knows what that will ever happen.
We just got informed yesterday about a new intermodal hub out toward Natomas. Yeah, Ace was bringing that up. They went around putting notices on everybody's door yesterday.
I know that.
Blue Line train is delayed, just FYI.
I know that there's some train company down in San Joaquin County that goes into San Jose wants to expand up here. I think they want to go up into Natomas.
Yeah, this is weird being stuck in this kind of traffic, even with construction at this time of day. If someone in the Sacramento area knows someone in the grid or just off the grid who maybe has some warehouse space that they'd like to, that isn't being utilized, and would like to have a write-off and donate some space to us. We'd really like a warehouse situation where we can pull the news cruiser in and have a downtown spot to land. And who's behind us here? It's KCRA3 Live is just going past us. Hey guys.
Who?
Yeah, who? What?
Route 4703.
It used to be open for transients. There'd always be fires back there.
Yeah, they had to cut through it.
We were able to
47
just walk
copy, don't
by.
export.
Ah.
That's a dirty one.
Yeah, watch that thing. Wow.
I've never seen it that dirty before.
I know. They got the wash rack for those. Holy moly, that thing's dirty. Jose, howdy, bud. That's our team mechanic. Keeps News Cruiser 3 on the road. It's running good, Jose, so far. No more overheating, thank you. So now we're in the Loaves and Fishes area, Ahern and B, North B. Again, during the summer, these streets were just lined. They put in all this fencing, cyclone fencing over here to block off some areas. Yeah. They did that a couple months ago. Oh, here we go. So we found everybody. So. So this is the Loaves and Fishes area, and we'll stage and hang out in this area once in a while because yeah, we try to conserve fuel, and so in trying to conserve fuel, we try to pick areas that might be a hot spot and with easy egress to other areas. Oh, this question is for Michael. Dan has a question for you, Michael.
Stand by.
Scanner question.
Stand by.
Stand by. Stand by. By the way, while he's pulling up your question for our scanner peeps, we have a group just for scanner buffs called our Radio Shack. So on our page, you can click groups, and we have that group that we're going to start really ramping up. And supporting some of our folks that are scanner enthusiasts. So you'll want to navigate to that group. Okay, Michael.
Dan, yeah, that Sacramento County's everybody's transitioning over to digital, so you're going to want to get that programmed onto the Sac County digital system. Sac PD is actually ramping up and is aggressively switching over this week. You'll probably still be able to hear everybody on analog for a bit, but come end of the year, that analog system is supposed to be shut down. I don't know Whistler, but here they're good. So PSN officially recommends Uniden scanners.
Are they paying us for that?
They should.
Yeah, they need to pay us for that official recommendation. So just reference, everything we do is public access. However, our processes we consider proprietary. So when folks ask us certain questions about things that we do, our typical response, just kind of a fun response, but we don't really discuss our processes, so we'll just say that's classified.
Kevin, I think that identifies as phase 2, but I don't think it actually operates in phase 2.
Wow, there goes that Greek stuff. They go right out of my... It's like our partner in Cincinnati and Michael here get going on our TAC channel about radios and the in-depth stuff, and my head spins.
What is he counting?
Our page lights.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, where are we at?
25,984.
25,984 page likes on our Facebook page. We're almost 26,000. So you can help us out with that as well. Invite people to like our page. That stuff is very valuable as well. Just the liking and the sharing. You got it, Dan. And it's our edge on all the newsrooms. And they will never get the way we operate and do things, and they won't do it that way. So that's why we have the edge.
You copy? Copy. Just you real quick, please. Copy. Hey, I'm off the street. I'm right here by the back door of the dining room. One of the volunteers had had a dizzy spell and passed out, so I'm sitting with her, getting her some water, and I'm going to try to get her down to Mercy Clinic. Okay?
Cool, Veronica. Good stuff. Did you tell him join or no dinner tonight or what? Hey, whatever you got to do, that's between you guys. Good stuff. Oh, thank you, you two. Appreciate that. Howdy. And yeah, just another unfortunate situation. You can see the lady on the left of the screen and having some psychotic issues. Yeah, it's sad. And these folks don't need to be out here on the street. They need help, and it's not there for them.
C3, can you put me out one at 20th and G, John? Yes, 71.
20th and J?
20th and, yeah.
C3 affirmed. Did you want additional?
Yeah, he has an eye on him, or what was that?
He's out with him.
20th and J, an officer is out with a subject who has a felony warrant. He's not asking for additional.
Now, let's let Robert 45 go home, and she's locked out of the house right now, so let's come back so that District 2 becomes availability.
Bravo 45, Bravo 13, equal to 4.
Bravo 45, copy that. Thank you. Head back to 4.
Go ahead.
B3.
5 units, information only on the 952 from 3900 Cleardale Way and 5B Boy. Thanks to cell phone mapping within 149 meters of the 925. Information only, check
So once again, if you're joining us right now, this is our live today here on News Cruiser 3 for Public Safety News. We're an independent news agency, non-profit. We just recently got our non-profit, formerly News Stringers. If you've watched the Netflix series Shot in the Dark, you'll kind of know what our background is. But we've shifted from serving the news stations to serving our community, because our team is more community minded and ethical. We're not we are unbiased in that our bias is factual and truth. So in that, to that degree, we do kind of lean towards the blue line, if anything. We are supportive of our law enforcement, but again, if they are off step, we won't shut the cameras off. Case in point, if you heard recently about the YOLO deputies that came over to the Sacramento side and dumped off a transient gentleman. We were the ones who caught that, and it went kind of viral. And we were the first ones to capture something like that on camera. Everyone had always talked about, we think this county or that county dumps their transients in our backyard or something to that effect. And we actually kind of accidentally caught it on camera. So, and I don't know, my personal, I don't think they give a really good explanation on that. So, but that's my personal. But again, we're very supportive of our officers and our firefighters. It's partly, if you'll notice, we really try to show the personality of our crews. We just don't show the incident. We try to key in on the personality of our those who are out serving us. Oh, Dan, how to create a donation page? Sure. You go to that donate link. I'll throw that in again right here so it's nice and handy. And on there, I'm not on that page, so I can't see it right now. Hold on a second. I got my tablet, handy dandy tablet here. So let me pop over there real quick and make sure I properly advise you while we're waiting for the big one to happen. Wayne, thank you. There you go. Our CFO, Wayne, just kicked in there. Thank you.
David Edward 99069351.
Gotcha. Thanks, Cameron. Yeah, that's we just try to show up and be a window to the scene. So Wayne just posted that in there. That's a direct to our fundraiser system, and you can just click on there and become a fundraiser for Public Safety News. And it's a very simple setup. You just click on there. They want help us raise funds, and it creates a page, and you put your photos or whatever in there, and why you want to support, why you want your viewers or your friends to support public safety news, why it's important to you, and then just push that out to your social media and your friends, and encourage them to help us out. And we are coming up on that time of year where folks need write-offs, and just want to remind everybody that we are a nonprofit. So if we have any business folks here who are looking for some write-offs, and we would like to put ourselves in the way of those funds that you're going to need to take care of for your write-offs. We know you'll be doing write-offs anyway, but we hope we're worthy of your donations with the work that we do, and that would help a lot. Exactly. Yep, Wayne. That's exactly it. The public service journalism, and we just learned about that phrase, and that's exactly it. Public service journalism is what we do, and we're all independently funded. And folks say, well, why don't you have advertisers or investors? And well, if you want just another mainstream media, you've already got that, and that's what happens when you go that route. And we really want to be viewer funded, grant funded, folks who want to underwrite us, sponsor, selectively, of course. That's how we want to be funded. Wayne, do you have anything else to add in there? What am I missing? Yeah. Yeah, she got kind of stuck around the backside there. I don't know, we've just been keeping an eye on an individual over here who's having some issues. Harmless, but one thing that talking with folks that are really they're really in the know on the transit issues. And Wayne, I'm thankful you don't have the camera on your face. Wayne is watching this. Hey, that's our CFO, man. Great love, just for that. Hi, Dad.
I ran it with it, but
so anyway, we're going to be getting deeper into this. We have an individual who's going to be coming on when we start what we're calling our front seat interviews. Drive around with us here in the news cruiser, and we'll be doing some interviews. All the numbers are there, and the information is there. It's fact. It's not a homeless issue, it's a drug issue. And we'll get deeper into that at later times. But that's factual. And when you give cash or things to these transients that are panhandling, you yourself are funding the drug trade in Sacramento. Those funds are going right to the drug trade as these folks get their drugs, and that's not 100% of the problem, but it is a major part of the problem. Good stuff. Yeah, we appreciate. I'm gonna kick over here. I gotta say this. We appreciate Wayne's parents, and they don't get to hear this from us, but they help us out a great deal by loaning him to us, and he is a tremendous asset to public safety news, to our recovery program. Not only in his advice with his MBA degree, but his web skills and our whole web presence. Everything is designed by Wayne, and he's currently working on a new revamp of our website. He just revamped it a little while ago, and he found a new template for us that's just even better than what we have now. And I love his attention to detail. I mean, he literally makes sure everything is running super fast. I mean, when you go on our page, pages load very, very quickly, and they look elegant. So that's at the hands of Wayne. So he's probably really upset at me right now mentioning all that, but that's okay. Exactly. You know, there's certain people, you know, all of us, this doesn't happen, you know, if any of us are missing, this doesn't happen. You know, without Wayne's talents, our web presence definitely wouldn't be there, and a lot of the other things. Without Jose, you know, our team mechanic, this thing wouldn't be on the road. Without our viewers donating, the news cruiser wouldn't be on the road. Without our team that's right now volunteering everything out of their pockets. You got to realize when photos and videos and the story gets posted, those are all volunteer hours and gas, fuel, time away from family. Folks think that this doesn't cost. It does cost. And we want to be able to do this full time, but we really need some help with that. I don't want to belabor it, but just trying to give some authenticity so folks know where we're at. And if you're with us right now, you're one of our dedicated viewers. So we had over 60 people last night at 2 o'clock in the morning on our live stream last night. That was kind of impressive. So it was neat to have all those folks.
And you know, so another black auto just behind you, then a silver and we're right behind the car, so it's just a clean.
Well, let's see. We're
Already going westbound from Powell. They don't know for sure if it's the target or not.
So it might be good to go over to 168 on Expo, or probably good to go over by 16th. Huh?
Maybe go south, yeah.
So this is again how we get a jump on the news. We just picked up some information that officers are behind or in the area of a potential target vehicle, and we're going to be very careful with what we say. What's the one?
PRCS felony and class 1 narcotics.
Okay, so the target is PRCS. What was it? Drugs and what else? We're gonna stay kind of close to this area and get mobile because the vehicle may be coming this direction. So we want to put ourselves in a position to pick up the action if it does come this way. At 2 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. So we're gonna come. Actually, we should hang out over there. We're strategic in where we hang out. So right now, all we know is that the target vehicle is moving eastbound, or westbound, I'm sorry, toward this direction. So we're gonna put ourselves right in between the ingress and egress of for downtown Sacramento.
Make a model of the car, and we'll make an announcement over the loudspeaker. Dodge Journey Silver.
So literally we can go right and shoot into downtown and go left and shoot outbound towards Arden. Whoop, 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 whoop.
And Bravo 20, K9 anywhere close.
Committed? Right.
Somewhere on Arden.
On Arden? I need to get over there.
I can't. 12, we're going to be southbound El Paso here in a second.
Alright, Bravo 20, looks like we're going to be making a northbound turn on Harvard. So K9 units just go down El Camino to Knoll Street. Maybe in the north area that could assist me with possible.
Okay, we're going to be concentrating on this now and not chatting with you, so we'll be back to your comments in a little bit.
Alright, and we're signaling to turn into the stay on our way. We're making it here at 2100 Harvard.
2100 Harvard. Let's see, what's my best route? I know, all the way over 160 and
X-ray 79906.
take the loopy loop. Come on, cars. Bump over to this lane. Actually, I'll bump all the way over here. Green light, please. We're gonna have this guy in custody before we can get over there.
They don't even know if it's the guy. They don't even know if it's the guy.
When you're not passing, you belong in the right-hand lane. When we're able, we pull right in behind the officer's vehicles on a felony stop as close as is safe, or from a back angle to the side, so we stay out of the line of fire. And they're waiting on additional units.
No, they're just committed on the stop.
Fire call, vehicle fire. Are they on Harvard?
Yeah, I think so.
Going extended. I wish that truck would have pulled in there. Should be right around this corner somewhere. they're actually in. Oh, they still got guns drawn. Take him in custody. Let's get the other passenger. I'm going to try to grab the gimbal here real quick. Pardon me while I shake you guys up. They followed the vehicle over to this room of a individual who has a felony warrant, and so now they're getting everybody out of the vehicle. Sorry for shaking things up. I'm trying to get this on the gimbal for you. So, and they don't know who's involved, so they have to take everybody in the vehicle into custody. Wow, gimbal is not acting right. Apologize, folks. There we go. Now that everything's over, the gimbal starts acting right. Alright, so once again, all we know about this is that there's a felony PRCS warrant. Unknown what exactly for, drug related, things like that. So officers spotted the vehicle and followed it over here off of Harvard to the extended stay. Two subjects were inside, the driver and a female passenger, both in custody. And that's all we have at this time on this. So that quick. And that's how we capture action news before any of the other news. Oh, and the puppy dog. Puppy dog goes into custody too. Looks like they're taking the dog over to her, probably. Because she's not the one with the warrant, so she'll probably be released if she's not involved. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get y'all. Takes a little bit to get it on the gimbal. We try to get it on the gimbal so it's smooth for you while we're out of the vehicle. And the gimbals can be a little wonky sometimes, and then I gotta get you on and off the gimbal, so hang on while I get y'all off. Alright. got stuff in the seat.
Westbound.
So for those who think our officers aren't out and about and working cases and warrants and that, there you go. And that's not something y'all would hear on your regular scanner channels. So again, that goes back to some of our proprietary things that we do. What's up?
Taking a little selfie.
Oh, I saw it. Grab it. There you go. Oh, sorry, that's good. We caught the sergeant doing a selfie with the dog. That was funny. That's a good one. Okay, let's get out of here and back downtown. And that's what happens a lot of times too. We get on scene quick, we shoot it and grab the action, and we're gone. Out and ready for the next one, staged up and ready to go. So a lot of times, mainstream may think we didn't get there, but we already got there, shot all the action, and the action is over. They're getting the aftermath, or the vehicle getting on the tow truck, or you know, a fender left in the roadway. And we've already been there and gone and got all the action.
They're out of the area.
Yeah, Engine 8. What area are they in?
CSUS.
Ah. Welcome over on this side of town, boys.
Bravo 13 was a partner.
Oh,
From Grant, Marysville, leaving ready.
westbound Grant at Marysville. We're gonna go that way, right? Oh, we got a pod hit.
7 Henry North. Henry. 7 Henry. Nora Boy. 21. And looks like it's a black Toyota RAV4 Mini.
Black Toyota RAV4 Mini. On a pod hit, so it's possibly stolen. The dispatcher will come back in a minute and verify if it's stolen or not, or what the pod want is on it. Whoa, did you guys see that? He just popped a wheelie.
13, the pod hit does come back 10-851.
So the vehicle is stolen.
2015 Kia Sorento, black in color.
Kia Sorento.
Yeah, it comes back as the Kia Sorento. Not the right plates on the wrong vehicle? Right plates on the wrong vehicle?
He said maybe on what it looked like. So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
he's,
So
just didn't know.
look alike. So again, we're gonna move ourselves over in the area. So which direction was it head? Westbound?
Westbound Marysville from Grand.
So it's heading into this area, right?
Yeah, Marysville is more north, but
Oof. I wonder if he's hanging up more towards the freeway. What do you think?
Market up now, so an area right now.
Okay. Oh, control's asking for an update on our. So you'll hear a little bit of communications. We're mostly going the text. So we have a messaging system that we utilize for our team, and we have a dispatcher, Mike Walker, and we appreciate him. Yoshio! No way, Yo-Yo! All right. Welcome, Yo-Yo, a former co-worker from Amazon. Glad to have you on the live with us. Mike is disabled, in a wheelchair, and he's very talented with the radios. Goes way back to CB days with REAC, and was a tow truck dispatcher. So he doesn't get to get out here in the field with us, so he doesn't get to see, what we do out here. So this is actually good for him too, because he gets a little more what's going on with us in the field. Sometimes a little bit of disconnect, because we'll be busy listening to radios or out of the car or something, and he's wanting information to update our logs, and we really can't talk or something like that, so this really helps him as well. Yeah, exactly, yo. Used to pick Yoshio up on our way to the Amazon, carpooled it in. Hoping I don't have to go back to Amazon. That is a real possibility if we don't get some viewer funding very quickly. Just the reality of it. We thought we were going to be able to secure some viewer funding and grants a lot sooner than this. And just quite honestly, it's putting my wife and I in a very bad situation quickly. So that's why we keep asking folks very seriously if you know a good grant writer who'd like to come on our team. We really want a grant writer that will become part of our team, because this is a long-term, very big deal. Where this is going to be a very large nonprofit, a very serious nonprofit with a very broad focus. So it opens us up for a broad range of grants. So we don't want to go backwards. I'm not hearing anything on that at all.
Nope.
So what happens, we'll explain a little bit about the pods. The pods are those gray boxes at the intersections with the little blinky blue lights on top that you see that have the Sac Police shield on them. And some of them have license plate readers on them, LPRs. And so when we get a pod hit that hits the phones of the officers in the area, and just like you heard, officer will pop on and say so-and-so pod hit, and they'll give the plate and a description of the vehicle from the photo that came to their device, and the dispatcher will run it and verify why the vehicle is wanted, if it's stolen, a wanted felony vehicle, missing person, wanted in relation to a homicide, or wanted for questioning, or whatever it is, and then they'll saturate the area and attempt to locate the vehicle and get it stopped. And it's typically with a felony stop, at least 4 vehicles and a canine, and they're brought out of the car at gunpoint and taken into custody. Most of those, a large majority of those, turn out very well. Most of them don't turn into pursuits. It actually surprises me. But the officers, that's what a lot of folks don't understand. Folks show folks don't realize how police operate today. They use a method called overwhelming force of violence, and that doesn't mean a lot of violence. It's a show of. That show of force, that large presence, it's an intimidation factor. And when you're just swarmed with a lot of police officers at one moment, you're going to be compliant, hopefully, for the most part. And that overwhelming show of force helps save lives. So,
Yeah, too.
Renee, you're right. It's not downtown. We're in the Del Paso Heights area right now. Dan Moore, mission statement. We are working on that. We have a loose one. It's not tuned up the way we really want it. If Wayne is still watching, he can probably help out with that if that's something you need. If you go over to com1group.org, I didn't put that link in here. Com1group.org. There's more about the total nonprofit right there, and more of our overall mission. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get this vehicle. I think it's weren't enough officers in the area at the time.
Sac PD is the only ones that make their LPRs highly visible. All the other agencies, they're just there. No blinky blinkies.
Yeah, it's amazing. They try to do it as a deterrent effect, and you go over to Arden Mall, and so those of you now, I want you to be aware now. When you go to Arden Mall, look at every entrance. Animal rescue, 400. Where is that at? 4,000 Allen Shepherd. Are we close to that?
Arena Boulevard and I-5.
Arena and I-5. Yeah,
X-ray 12, go ahead.
a lot of place for that.
Here's North 5th.
Look at the light poles as you enter Arden Mall at any entrance, and you will see those gray boxes up on the pole with the blue flashing light, and those are pods, and they're at every entrance in the mall. Now here's a funny thing: even though they are at every entrance of the mall, the security vehicles drive around with visible license plate readers on top of them, and there's visible license plate readers at every entrance of the mall. They still bring their stolen vehicles to the mall to go shopping.
Almost every day.
Yeah, almost every day. And they pick up stolen vehicles at the mall constantly. And it's public knowledge. So that's why we're it's not a problem us talking about it. It's public knowledge. And bad guys just aren't very smart. And there was one day I heard a pod hit, and at the mall, I got over there. They got that person into custody. Another one happened while I was sitting there. While I'm writing up my story on that one, another one happened, all at the mall. 3 back to back. Yeah, Lisa, if you're in the Sacramento area, they're pretty widely publicized. All the news agencies have done big stories on them. Folks were really upset about them at first because they were, that's an invasion of my privacy. Well, it's out in the public, so no, it's not. It has really helped recover a lot of stolen vehicles, and quickly. And not only recover stolen vehicles, they can track bad guys. So say like if there's a bad guy they're looking for, they can see what his habits are. They can just put his plate in the system and see where he normally hangs out in. So it works. It helps a lot. Intending to, we will see. I'm pretty sure we will be. Can't buy a car, but you can shop. Yeah, there you go, man. Thanks, Renee. It's just, you know, with a change of the times, what we're able to do. This is just, you know, we can bring this to you and show you what we do behind the scenes of how your news comes about. And like we said, we used to formerly be called news stringers. And again, if you watch the series Shot in the Dark on Netflix, it's an 8-part series. What you see there with On Scene, the team of On Scene, RMG, and Loud Labs. We used to have that exact same dynamic here in Sacramento. There was a lot of competition. There was a good amount of money. All the stations had funds to pay independent photojournalists like us. And kind of like what Paulie from Chicago once said. He said, stringers are the rocket ship that drives the news. And all the mainstream media follows us. Overnight cameramen from mainstream follow us, so they make sure they didn't miss anything. And they're typically about 30 minutes behind us. And if you were watching our live stream the other night when we had all that going on with the train wreck, the pursuit that turned into a standoff, and the fatal accident on Laguna, you saw the mainstream photog was typically about 20 to 30 minutes behind us after all the action was over. So, reactive instead of proactive.
Clear.
All right, so we head back toward. Yep, we're gonna head back toward downtown. What was he saying? The feed was wonky.
Yes.
Oh, did you get that computer problem taken care of?
I didn't know he had one.
Well, he was gonna contact you. He's having a problem with a screen, a small one. So if you try to close the other one, it closed both of them. Kind of weird, even when you rebooted it. Lisa, good question. So, all right, all y'all that have already heard this 15 times, bear with me. There's an officer being in the area for the pod hit. See if they can find it. So I'm going to give the history, try to give it quickly and briefly. All of the stations had stringer budgets, and you would see stringer footage in your news on a regular basis. That was the action in your news. The flame, what you just saw, how we popped up there on that warrant, or that that felony warrant that we just popped up on. No mainstream there. They don't even know about it. Granted, it's not a big story, but it's something you want to know about. That's something going on in your community. So anyways, stringers are the ones who get there first. We're out on the streets. We're monitoring everything. We're not cop watchers. We are photojournalists, and we've coined the term tactical photojournalists as we pull away from the stringer what do I want to say, persona. When the economy crash occurred, all the local news agencies lost their budgets to pay us. $1,000 to $2,000 every week to 2 weeks, and boom, that money was instantly gone. I'm thankful to have a wife that has a very good, solid job, and she believes in what we're doing, and we just really tightened up our budget and cut everything we could. And I kind of went into volunteer mode along with other members of our team, and we just hung in there together because we believed that the community needed to be aware, and they needed our news. Prior to social media and web, the only way to get out what we shot was through mainstream media, and they only picked up about 10% of the news that we aggregated, so we had about 90% of news that you still needed to know about that we could never get to you. Now, because of social media and web, we're able to push all that out to you, and so you're getting usually about 95% of what we shoot now. About 5% is not, we if it moves, we shoot it. It's kind of our theory, and we may not know what it is we're shooting at the time. We try to find out later, but if we don't, it just sits on our hard drive just in case something comes up about it. So now fast forward, in that time frame, also a lot of nuances. They don't know the area, and they have no clue what's going on unless something comes across that radar. Here, structure fire at such and such a place, robbery at such and such a place, or this or that, or someone calls in a news tip to their phones, and we're already got it, and we lost connection there as we went through an area. We'll see how long we stay back. We're in a bad area for Wi-Fi, it looks like, or for data. Yep, we're losing everybody quick. Yep. Yep. All right, looks like we were in a bad area, or else we got throttled really bad. All right, so we're back with you. It looks like it was just the area, which we really haven't had happen much, which is really cool. So anyway, back to our discussion. So the news stations aren't able to pay us any longer. They don't have budgets. We even really pressed 13 the other day, especially when Scott was here. And we had a couple of really good stories, and they plain old told us they were not going to be getting a stringer budget back. Yeah, Paula, we have no control over that. That is strictly the data that's available in the area. So, not within our control. So anyway, that's why we have shifted to a nonprofit mode. And none of that, I'll be honest with you, the stringer model is great for folks who, I want to be delicate how I say this, because this isn't...
want to do that.
Huh?
Want to do that.
Want to. Yeah, they want to be competitive. And I don't want to say don't have ethics. That's not what I want to imply. But it really pulls away from, I think, true journalism. You're running to people's deaths, people's demise, people's houses burning down to make money. Your full excitement in that is the shot, but also to get the hits on the news stations to make money. We have to make money. We need to pay. We need to make a paycheck, but there's got to be a better way to do it. And we believe we are going to create a paradigm shift in this genre of news and bring true journalism back to it. Scott will tell you right on the show when they do a little interview with him. He's leaning up against his car. He will tell you straight out he's not a journalist. He's not a photojournalist. He's a businessman. We think that, you know, when we're meeting people on their worst day, it's our obligation to document authentically that event, and it shouldn't be about money. So if we're already making a paycheck, we're getting paid to be tactical photojournalists to do what we do. It's not the chase for finding people who are in bad situations. It's documenting history. It's documenting that event, that moment, as a photojournalist, and I think that's what's important. And serving our community in that capacity, if that makes sense.
Person down in a vehicle on Elvis Avenue at Folsom Boulevard. The time 1 engine 8 navigate 0554. Fire map 191 Delta 103 South of
For any of our tactical photojournalists that are watching right now, you want to switch your cameras to cloudy mode. And for anybody in general, if you're out doing a little bit of photography, you want to switch your white balance over to cloudy if you're in Sacramento, because we got a cloud cover. It lends to flat light, and by switching to cloudy, it just adds that extra presence. I actually love shooting on days like this, because being able to switch over to that cloudy mode, it just gives some real presence to the images. About time you all got caught back up with us. Yeah, we were just in a bad area there, and completely out of our control. Yeah, so if we lose connection or anything like that, if you see the stream still going but it's just cut out, it is trying to reconnect. But if we could hit a button on there that says finish, and if it's just like coming back, we'll finish it and we'll come back as soon as we can. So just be waiting for a secondary alert and post. Okay, where should we go stage?
The Furniture Department, 8270 Delta Shore,
Your pick.
South. The time for engine 11, medic 13,
16th and J.
Delta 3, operation
16th and J. Interesting. During the daytime? Okay.
Central.
We're going to go stage at our 16th and J location if there's room in the lot there. As I said before, we have strategic locations throughout Sacramento that we have selected that are good spots for us to sit and conserve fuel.
X-ray 12 coming.
But we can get to places quickly.
X-ray 12, go ahead. Richard, source 10, 8-9.
Get out.
X-ray 12. Check. X-ray 12, you go again, please. 89263 Sam 1. X-ray 12, check. X-ray 12, your plate 89263 Sam 1 comes back clear. Current on 2009 make of William Richard King Henry out of Sacramento. And X-ray 12, call up Dos Rios Richard. Copy, Dos Rios Richard.
So we're obviously downtown now at 12th and J.
19 43rd Avenue. Park 141 and 4 Charles Thompson here, screening coming from the apartment. Thompson apartment below, history of DD, but no female.
We're doing some reconstruction on the convention center. You can't see it that well at night, but now we got during the daytime. You can get a look-see of that over on the right.
952-1119 43rd Avenue.
Fellas come out, rolled the windows up real quick. Oh, something's going on at the Memorial Auditorium. That naturalization thing, it looks like, maybe. Oh, where's a good spot we can sit where we can people watch? This is gonna be a boring view. What do you think? Oh, there, yeah, we're not gonna get in here anyway. Yeah, they got some kind of big event going on at the Memorial Auditorium. Hey, you guys are busy today.
Yeah,
What's going on over at the auditorium? What?
it's a memorial concert.
Yeah, what? Oh, concert?
Yes.
All right. Your favorite band playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Parking attendant out here. Ooh, they parked that car blocking the alley off. That won't. I don't know. It's kind of, they got tucked in by the trash cans. Didn't say parking enforcement wasn't going to like that. Mike Walker, see your message there. We'll get to that when we land. Governor Brown used to live in this building right there before he took over the governor's mansion. Which, okay, I got a personal feeling about that. Oh, there's a pod. Right up there. That is a pod. Boop, right there.
It'll be parked unattended in the valet driveway.
What is it?
Sutter.
What about Sutter?
Gun parked in the valet, or vehicle parked in the valet, gun inside.
Okay, we got a vehicle at Sutter.
George, stay on the vehicle, 8 Henry Yellow Bull 282.
We've got a vehicle.
George 3603, that way, 2025 Capitol Avenue.
We've got a vehicle parked in the
2020 Capitol.
valet
Vehicle parked in
at
the valet with a gun inside.
Sutter Hospital with a gun inside.
338 Henry Yellow Paul 282 suspect. You're currently 2019 out of stock. Okay, copy that. Can you advise that?
Which isn't necessarily a crime if the person is CCW, but they should have the weapon on them if they're going to let a valet park it. Not smart. So we don't know what the situation is, but we'll get over here and check it out.
Who's the RO in the car? RO comes back to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
So it sounds like it's a loaner car or a dealer car.
They haven't finished registering it yet.
Yeah, well, that happens before you leave. it gets in the system. So it might be a Mercedes-Benz loaner car from Stockton.
District 6 unit to the 12-95201/4 David, 6 boy, like neighbor, full complaints, call 911.
Where's a good spot for us to...
Neighbor at this 95 unknown. What is wrong? They had disconnect.
Probably not a good spot.
Somewhere near RT admin, I think. Probably.
It's off at N.
Yeah.
Our radios get really bad in this area. It's a really bad radio area. So we're gonna cut across here. So we're heading to a weapons call. A vehicle in the valet at Sutter Hospital with a gun. Not that anybody has or is brandishing the gun. It sounds like the gun's in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a big deal, but worth checking out for the officers and for us, just in case it is a big deal. Capital or N?
N. It's the one where you drive between the two buildings. The new drop-off.
I tried last night.
Yeah.
I tried to work wrong way last night. Our viewers caught it too. Doggone it. God. I did 2 rookie moves 2 nights in a row. Oh, Mike, we'll just we'll put those out when we head to those areas, so folks can meet up with us. Boy, our mic picks up that hook squeak that bad, huh, Mike? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it actually just needs a little bit of grease on it. You know, it's one of those little things that you don't get to, but I bet the microphone picks it up a lot more than what it is. So we'll have to take care of that, Dan. That's funny. So we just noticed that in the corporate yard are a bunch of Tahoes, black and white Tahoes.
SSD, Sheriff's Department. It seems like maybe they're going to switch to Tahoes instead of the Explorers. A few different agencies in the region are exclusively Tahoe, so that could be part of it.
So it really isn't a good angle. We're not going to go in there. Okay, we got officers out over there in the area. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's not a spot we're not gonna drive back in there. It looks like there's officers there just checking it out. It's not a shooter situation. It's not someone brandishing a gun. Okay. Oh, they're gonna be using the ramp.
Yeah, you can just drive around.
Huh?
Just drive around the bottom.
Okay. No, it's not really. Mike's inside. It's nice out, actually. It's a little over high today. It's gonna be 68. It's just a little breezy. T-shirt weather. And I'm a sweater person, so it's actually too warm even for a sweater long sleeve today. So this is a Sutter General Hospital on our right. To our left is Sutter's Fort. It's a great place to tour. Bring the family, and they do some reenactments in there. Some great California history. I was gonna say last night, I think I started to mention last night, started to mention to people last night, if you were with us, started talking about the Capitol being a living museum. Or was it this morning? That might have been this morning. Wow, see how the day gets confused? Jamarcus, I'm going to let you go ahead and go to our Facebook page and click on our About to find out about us. Or go to psnews.us. That'll give you a clue in. We're an independent news agency. That was this morning, Dan. Thank you. Keep me on track. So anyways, our Capitol is a living museum. It's a wonderful place to visit. And there's a tour guide there. That's what I started to talk about. I cannot remember his name. Older gentleman, tall, balding. He's a former history teacher. But he is incredible on his details of the Capitol. And he's a wonderful tour guide. I believe he's there Tuesdays and Saturdays, if I remember correctly. And I wish I could remember his name. Our family and friends, whenever they come, I give them tours of the Capitol. It's actually a lot of fun. We could do a quick tour in about an hour. Yeah, it's definitely worth the time. If you value our history, it's a great place to take your kids and help them continue on the legacy and know about their state's history and their country's history. And the sad thing is, there's people who are trying to rub that out. And our history is our history, and we need to be passing that on.
Now circling the area, ED vehicle, the pending 242 in progress, in 6A out of 26 copy. Tuesday, 6 seconds. Tuesday, 6 check.
Wait, Michael, don't leave. I didn't mean it. Oh.
From 66, I got here. Still 39, pending 242.
204. I'm wrapping this up soon. We're gonna start winding down. We'll drive around a little bit more, and then we gotta kind of refresh our batteries and refresh ourselves, and take care of family details, etc., and so on. A little bit of life, and then get ready for the night watch. We'll take you through the Midtown area, since we have some folks from out of the area with us. This is one of my favorite parts of Sacramento. Midtown Boulevard Park, just some really cool homes through here. Victorians. And the colors. Look at the fall colors. Yeah, we're listening, Paula. We that's the thing. We monitor the whole city and county. Oh, just right. Oh, you know what? Well, take folks up to Sutter's Landing. Sutter's Landing has changed dramatically. Some folks don't even know about it. I love this view. I love this shot. The leaves all over. It's just I love it. Michael's not impressed.
Like a road to me.
It's the trees, the leaves, the colors. Oh, millennials.
Baby boomers.
Ouch.
Another call on this. We're on channel 242. Still circling in a vehicle. Vehicle's a blue Volkswagen partial plate of 8. John 766. Subject to black late 20 dreadlocks. Possible black t-shirt. The black late 20.
Marion Zebra Yellow 860. Chevy Tahoe. Black.
1063. Have you guys gone there yet?
1096.
Just recovery. Priority. Go ahead. Yeah, copy that. Bravo 66 was around to get recovery.
So this is Sutter's Landing. Used to be a landfill. Now there's a whole new community kind of behind Cal Expo off of Business 80 called McKinley Village. We'll flip over there real quick first, since that's right here, McKinley Village. So north of the east end of Midtown. You take the road that goes over Business 80, and the bridge, there's that bridge that goes over Business 80.
You can get to it as well from East Sac side.
That's from C Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, C Street. So here we're dropping into this new community. What is that?
Art, apparently.
That's art.
It's a tractor.
It's a it's a tractor. I don't know if it's an attractive tractor, but it's a tractor. Interesting. Okay. Welcome to McKinley Village.
Maybe it was left out here when they started construction and just decided to make it artwork.
Yeah. But
usually the artist isn't watching this.
Yeah. Well, if the artist is watching this, tell us a little bit about it. Sometimes it helps put it into context. It makes it relevant. So all these new homes back in here. Yeah, so that goes there, and then it dumps out like off of C Street, back by McKinley Park.
If we still had a unit crossing over 6 feet before this goes out, then we consider this as a med-aid only, please.
So that's off of 28th and C, going up into Sutter's Landing. And we could drive all the way back into there, and it's really kind of pretty.
I haven't had any calls back here.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to know, check out an area to live in, just let us know where you're thinking about moving to, and ask if it's a good area. If it's somewhere we frequent, it's probably not. Well, if we've never heard of the area, that's a good sign for you. That means we haven't been on many or any calls, which means it's probably a pretty good area.
Square Lane, unit number 2, Fulton Square Apartment. This is Steve, Fulton Square Apartment, 250 West Fulton Square Lane, unit number 2, 397 Medic 1.
So there's a corporate yard up here and river access. There's a solar farm off to our right for the parking. Oh, more art.
Fish.
Fish. I wonder how much we paid for that. Oh, that's snarky. See, was
Pretty
it?
personal opinion now.
Yeah, I know. I think was it Steve was asking if I was gonna be snarky today, or snarky or sparky.
Snarky.
Yeah. And Sutter's Landing, river access right there. We got some fires out there, transient related fires, obviously. Skate park, indoor skate park, or covered skate park, I should say. Jose's back with us. And there's a view of downtown. Different times of the day, this shot can be really snazzy. Every time we go to stage and hang out somewhere, we get something jumps off. Not something, anything significant. You know, and it's, you know, of course, you know, our job is catching action news. But it's also okay when there isn't action to capture. That means everything's safe, and that's okay too. That's newer, because we used to be able to go that way.
Yeah, I did that about a year ago. I can't believe all this traffic. We weren't live. Doing it.
Yeah.
I have 6.
Shift change time.
Yep. Well, the swing shift officers are coming on right now, the overlap area.
You answered it already. I just needed to, you know, for those folks.
Overdose. Sheriff advised to respond for weapons at the entrance to the pedestrian overpass, Southwood Avenue and Manlove Road. Battalion 960, Medic 62, Fire Map 192, Delta 2, Operations Alpha 3.
Just a nice, quiet drive through Midtown.
Besides the squeaking.
Besides the squeaking, right. You know, if Dan would take care of that squeaking for us. Oh, actually, maybe our mechanic can take care of that squeak for us. Huh, Jose? It's just a little bit of grease. I just gotta go grab some. Ah, okay. So from a photographic aspect, hopefully this car isn't stringing behind us. This is a really cool shot right here because you got the light backlighting those trees. Look at that view. That is just, if you're a photographer, that just stuff just like makes you giddy. That is some incredible light right there. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Shoot, that means we gotta get it taken care of because Dan donated to the squeak. We gotta get rid of the squeak. But I was getting used to the birds chirping when we drove around, Dan. Shoot. We are at H and 21st, coming up on 21st. So that was kind of a D through H on 21st in Midtown. Yeah, definitely worth the drive through. Yeah, a long time ago. The Urban Hive closed. The deli closed. Urban Hive relocated. I forgot where they relocated to. The cooperative work group.
Hacker Lab moved.
Yeah, Hacker Lab moved. Found where they were at the other day, and I can't remember now because they actually want to.
They got a bigger space, I think. They got a bigger space, I think.
Yeah. Actually, pretty good size space. Oh, they're over by R. R-ish. R and 21st-ish. Ish. Hacker Lab. If anybody's watching from Hacker Lab, we actually wanted to connect with you all and see if there's some collaboration points for us. And keep that in mind too. Again, anybody who's has a business or things like that, keep our nonprofit in mind because the nonprofit creates opportunities for collaboration, and benefits for all of us. So it opens up some opportunities and that otherwise may not be possible. So we're definitely open to ideas and things like that. Well, we're going to go ahead and shut down for the afternoon. We've been going for quite a long time. And I want to thank you all for joining us, and those of you that have been popping in and out. And I'll drop a couple of those links back in here for you. There's our YouTube. And our donation page. So please go to our YouTube and subscribe. Again, we need to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're not too terribly far away, but we need to make some momentum on that quickly, so we can serve you better. And it's just, it's just a click. It's just a subscription, a non-paid subscription at that. So it's just subscribing to the YouTube channel. And so all it costs you is a click. That's it. Just go over and click subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that'll help us get to where we can start monetizing our YouTube and create another revenue stream for us. Not a problem, Mike. Thanks for all you do. We appreciate you. All right, Paula, we'll see you tonight. And as we head out of Midtown area, we'll say goodbye to everybody. And once again, we'll try to be back tonight. We might take a night off tonight. Not sure. We'll see how it goes. But just be watching for us to pop up and see if we pop up. So have a great day. Thanks again for all your support, all those who have become supporters and have donated and spent the day with us. And we'll try to see you tonight. We'll see what happens, and we'll just play it by ear. This is Maverick and Michael with you on the day side, Public Safety News in downtown Sacramento.